Hello everyone. Today we are going to start fifth unit of class 8 English, that is Science and Curiosity. In this unit today we are going to read the chapter Feathered Friend. The chapter shows the challenges of working in zero gravity and how even a small canary becomes part of a big scientific experiment. Let us start. To the best of my knowledge, there's never been a regulation that forbids one to keep pets in a space station. As far as the narrator knows, there has never been a regulation that restricts or bans someone to have a pet in a space station. जहाँ तक नरेटर जानता है वहाँ कोई ऐसा रूल नहीं था स्पेस स्टेशन में जो किसी को पेट रखने से रोकता हो. No one ever thought it was necessary and they never needed such a rule. And even had such a rule existed, I am quite certain that Sven Olsen would have ignored it. So there was a person named Sven Olsen in the space station. If there would be such type of rule, he would not have followed it. अगर कोई ऐसा रूल रहा भी होता तो स्वैन ओल्सन उसको नहीं मानता. Actually, he was a very little fellow like most of the early spacers. Wiry is thin and thin but strong. So he was naturally thin like the early spacers used to be. पहले पुराने ज़माने में जो स्पेसर्स होते थे वो पतले हुआ करते थे तो उनकी तरह ही वॉज ऑल्सो थिन and managed to qualify easily for the 150-pound bonus. So he easily qualified for the job and got extra benefit. Bonus, 150-pound bonus, he got extra benefit due to having less weight. कम weight होने की वजह से उसको extra benefit भी मिला. That kept so many of us on a reducing diet. To get that benefit, most of them had to reduce their diet. Had he been built otherwise, his chances of getting a job in space would have been very slim. If he would be heavier than he was, जो था वो उससे अगर heavy हुआ होता तो his chances of getting a job in space station would be less. तो उसके चांसेस जो थे स्पेस स्टेशन में जॉब पाने के वो कम हो जाते अगर वो भारी होता तो. Sven was one of our best construction men and excelled at the tricky and specialized work of collecting assorted girders as they floated around in free fall. Sven was one of their best construction worker and he was excelled at, skilled at the tricky, difficult. So he was skilled at doing difficult jobs, specialized work of collecting. So he had a specialty of collecting assorted girders. Assorted, the meaning has been given here, you can see, consisting of various types mixed together, and girders, long thick pieces of steel. So he was he had a specialty of collecting different kinds of large metal beams. They were floating in the free air. They were floating freely in the air. तो जो मेटल बीम हवा में फ्लोट कर रहे होते थे, तैर रहे होते थे, उड़ रहे होते थे, उनको वो कलेक्ट करने का काम करता था, making them do the slow motion three-dimensional ballet. He made the pieces move slowly like they were dancing. Three-dimensional ballet. Ballet is dance, a graceful dance. Three-dimensional, all directions. So he made the pieces move slowly like they were dancing. That would get them into their right position. So he put the pieces into their right positions and connecting the pieces together when they were precisely dovetailed. Precisely, exactly. Dovetailed, fitted together into the intended pattern. Intended, willing, जैसे वो चाहते थे. Okay, so they made the pieces move slowly in the air until they fitted properly and became one solid structure. So here the narrator has used ballet. Ballet, dance क्यों यूज़ किया है to make the scene visual and beautiful, not mechanical. However, it was a skilled and difficult job, for a spacesuit is not the most convenient of work. Convenient, comfortable, garbs, clothing in which to work. So their job, Swan's job, was difficult because working in spacesuit was difficult. Swan's team had one great advantage over the construction groups you see putting up skyscrapers down on Earth. Skyscrapers, tall, high buildings. Putting up means building. So they had an advantage, they had a benefit of over the construction workers on Earth. They could step back and admire their handiwork without being abruptly parted from it by gravity. So on Earth, gravity pulls everything down. So construction workers cannot move freely to look at their work without being affected by gravity. But Swan's team that was working in space station where there is no gravity. Because of this, they could take a step back, calmly observe their construction and they could admire it, praise it. जो कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर अर्थ पे काम करते थे वो ग्रेविटी के कारण अपने काम को पीछे हट के देख नहीं सकते थे क्योंकि उनको नीचे गिरने का प्रॉब्लम रहता है, लेकिन जो स्वैन की टीम है वो स्पेस स्टेशन में काम कर रही है जहाँ ग्रेविटी नहीं होती, तो वो पीछे हटकर अपने काम को एडमायर कर सकते थे. Don't ask me why Sven wanted a pet or why he chose the one he did. So here the narrator is saying that he did not know the reason why Sven wanted a pet. I am not a psychologist, but I must admit that his selection was very sensible. Selection, his choice, sensible, smart. He did not know the reason why Sven wanted to have a pet, but his selection was sensible. His choice was smart. Claribel weighed practically nothing. Her food requirements were tiny, and she was not worried as most animals would have been by the absence of gravity. Claribel is the name of the pet that Sven Olsen had. So Claribel, its weight was very little, food requirements were tiny, and it was not worried due to absence of gravity. जो स्वैन ओल्सन था वो क्यों रखना चाहता था पेट, ये नरेटर को नहीं पता था, लेकिन उसने जिस पेट को रखा था वो उसका जो सिलेक्शन था वो सेंसिबल था, समझदारी भरा था, क्योंकि जो क्लैरीबेल थी उसकी फूड रिक्वायरमेंट्स कम थी, वेट भी कम था और वो ग्रेविटी ना होने के कारण वरिड भी नहीं थे. I first became aware that Claribel was aboard when I was sitting in the little cubby hole laughingly called my office. So when he was sitting in his cubby hole, that was called office by them laughingly, मजाक में वो उसको office बोल दिया करते थे. So when he was sitting in his office, he first knew that Claribel was aboard on the spacecraft. He was checking through his list of technical stores to decide what items would be running out of next. They would be they would run out of the things uh, in near future or very soon. So he was checking his list. भाई कौन से सामान खत्म होने वाले हैं जल्दी ही, वो उनकी लिस्ट चेक कर रहा था. When I heard the musical whistle beside my ear, I assumed that it had come over the station intercom. When he heard a musical note beside his ear, he thought that there was something. The voice came from station intercom and waited for an announcement to follow. And he thought that an announcement was going to happen. उसने सोचा announcement होने वाली है, ये station intercom से उसकी आवाज़ आई है. It didn't. There was no announcement. Instead, in the place of, there was a long and involved pattern of melody. He again heard a long and complex sound, sweet musical tone that made me look up with such a start. With such a start, it means suddenly in surprise. He looked up suddenly in surprise that I forgot all about the angle beam just behind my head. So when he heard the musical tone second time, He looked up suddenly in surprise that he forgot about the angle beam just behind his head. When the stars had ceased to explode before my eyes, I had my first view of Claribel. So, when he forgot about the angle beam, so as a result, he hit his head. अब उसका सिर उससे टकरा गया था. That's why he could see the flashes of light. एकदम से शॉक हो जाना जब कुछ चीज़ से हमारा सिर टकराता है. So he is saying that when the stars had ceased to explode before my eyes, when he got normal, after that shock, when he got normal, when his pain went, जब उसका दर्द चला गया था, he had his first view of Claribel. He saw that Claribel first time. तब उसने Claribel को first time देखा था. She was a small yellow canary hanging in the air as motionless as a hummingbird. She was a small canary, yellow color, and she was motionless as a hummingbird. And with much less effort, for her wings were quietly folded along her sides. Her wings were folded quietly. It means she was not using her wings to fly here and there. वो effortlessly उड़ रही थी, अपने wings को ज़्यादा use नहीं कर रही थी, वो folded थे. We stared at each other for a minute. So though they looked at each other for a moment, for a minute. Then, before I had quite recovered my wits, she did a curious kind of backward loop. I am sure no earthbound canary had ever managed. So, before he could he could get his senses, he could think something about it. It did a backward loop, or you can say it turned back. Canary turned back, and he is saying that he was certain that no canary that was living on earth could do that. अर्थ पे रहने वाली कोई भी कैनरी ऐसा नहीं कर सकती थी. एंड डिपार्टेड विद अ फ्यू लीजरली फ्लिक्स. लीजरली फ्लिक्स, relaxed moments. It departed, or it separated, or you can say it went away. Canary went away with relaxed moments. It was quite obvious that she had already learned how to operate in the absence of gravity. So it was quite obvious, it was clear that she had learned how to operate, how to function in the absence of gravity, and did not believe in doing unnecessary work. She was not making efforts. It means she was not using its wings, her wings, sorry. जो कैनरी थी वो अपने विंग्स को यूज़ नहीं कर रही थी, वो एफर्टलेसली उड़ रही थी, अननेसेसरी एफर्ट नहीं लगा रही थी. Swan did not confess to her ownership for several days, and by that time it no longer mattered because Claribel was a general pet. Swan, for several days, did not admit that Claribel was his. And the narrator is saying that because Claribel was a general pet, no one ever thought about it. उन जरूरत भी नहीं पड़ी कि कोई बताए कि ये मेरा है, क्योंकि वो एक जनरल पेट है. He had smuggled her up on the last ferry from Earth. Smuggled, it means brought secretly. He brought it secretly from the Earth when he came back from leave. जब वो लीव पे गया था, वापस आया तो इसको चोरी छिपे लाया था, secretly लाया था. Partly he claimed out of sheer scientific curiosity. He brought it due to scientific curiosity. Partly, one reason for that. Partly इसका मतलब that was not the whole. सब कुछ केवल वही एक रीजन नहीं था कि वो केवल साइंटिफिक क्यूरियोसिटी के कारण लाया था. एक रीजन था उसके लाने का ये. He wanted to see just how a bird would operate when it had no weight but could still use its wings. So he wanted to see how canary could function without using her wings. Claribel thrived and grew fat. It grew well and it grew fat, healthy. On the whole, we had little trouble concealing our guests when VIPs from Earth came visiting. Guest, कौन है guest यहाँ पे? Canary. So they did not have much trouble, much difficulty to concealing, hiding canary when VIPs from Earth came there to visit. A space station has more hiding places than you can count. So, space station has many hiding places. The only problem was that Claribel got rather noisy when she was upset, and we sometimes had to think fast to explain the curious peeps and whistles that came from ventilating shafts and storage bulkheads. So, peeps and whistles means small bird sounds, ventilating shafts, passages that allow air to flow, store bulkheads, it means compartments used for storage. Okay, so listen, the speaker says that they did not have much difficulty to conceal it when some people came there to visit, because a space station has many hiding places. The only problem for them was that it got noisy. It made many voices, sounds when it was upset, and we sometimes had to think fast. They had to invent excuses. They had to invent excuses for the strange bird sounds. They were coming from एयर पैसेजेस एंड स्टोरेज एरिया. जो स्टोरेज एरिया से आवाज़ आती थी, कभी कभी वो छुपी होती थी, या फिर एयर पैसेजेस से आवाज़ आती थी, तो उनको बताने के लिए कि वो आवाज़ें कहाँ से आ रही, उनको बहाने सोचने पड़ते थे. There were a couple of narrow escapes. Narrow escapes means situations where danger was almost faced but avoided. So, at a few times, they were almost caught, but they managed to avoid trouble. But then, who would dream of looking for a canary in a space station? After all, no one would ever imagine that a small bird like a canary could be hidden inside a space station. So, here we have done the first part. Now, let us see the second one. We were now on 12-hour watches. 12-hour watches, it means they were doing their duties in 12-hour shifts, which was not as bad as it sounds since you need little sleep in space. So, in space, they did not need much sleep. That's why it was not very bad working 12 hours. Though, of course, there is no day and night when you are floating in permanent sunlight. There was permanent sunlight in space station, so they did not know about day and night. It was still convenient to stick to the terms. Although they did not know about day and night because there was permanent sunlight, but it was comfortable for them to stick to the terms or follow the rules that they followed on earth. जो अर्थ पे रहते हुए वो रूल फॉलो करते हैं, जैसे रात हुआ तो सो गए, फिर दिन में उठे तो काम करने लगे, तो कहते हैं कि उन्हीं टर्म से को फॉलो करना सेफ था, कन्वीनियंट था. Certainly, when I woke up that morning, it felt like 6 a.m. on Earth. So, that morning when he woke up, he thought it was 6 a.m. on Earth. I had a nagging headache. Nagging headache, it was a very painful headache. Vague memories of fitful, vague, unclear. Memories of fitful, you can say uncontinuous or irregular, disturbed dreams. So, when he woke up in the morning, he had a painful headache and he had broken memories of dreams. हमें सपने आते हैं ना, कभी कभी कुछ कुछ याद होते हैं, पूरे याद नहीं होते हैं, तो उसके साथ भी ऐसा ही था. It took me ages to undo my bunk straps. So they had to tie with straps, बचने के लिए, कहीं वो उड़ ना जाए सोते हुए, बिकॉज वहाँ ग्रेविटी नहीं है जो आपको अपनी तरफ खींचेगी, तो उनको क्या था, स्ट्रैप लगा के सोना पड़ता था. इट टुक मी एजेस. एजेस मीन्स हियर लॉन्ग टाइम. इट टुक हिम लॉन्ग टाइम टू ओपन हिज बंक स्ट्रैप्स, and I was still only half awake when I joined the remainder of the duty crew. Remainder, rest. When he joined rest of the duty crew, rest of the person in the mess in the dining area. So when he joined the other people in the dining area, he was still half asleep. Half awake, आधा जो जागा हुआ था तो आधा सोया हुआ था. So he was feeling sleepy. Breakfast was unusually quiet and there was one seat vacant. So breakfast was quiet. Usually it was noisy. बात कर रहे होते थे, but that day it was quiet and one seat was vacant. Vacant means empty. एक सीट खाली थी वहां पे. Where's Sven? I asked, not very much caring. So he was not very much concerned. He just asked where Sven was. He's looking for Claribel. Someone answered. Someone answered that he was looking for, he was searching. Look for means to search. He was searching Claribel. Says he can't find her anywhere. She usually wakes him up. So Sven said that Claribel usually woke him up, but that day he could not find her. Because I could retort that she usually woke me up too. Sven came in through the doorway, and we could see at once that morning was that something was wrong. Before he could answer that Claribel used to wake him up too, इससे पहले कि वो आंसर दे पाता, रिटोर्ट मीन्स टू आंसर टू रिप्लाई, वो रिस्पॉन्ड कर पाता कि क्लैरिबल मुझे भी जगाती थी. दे सॉ दैट स्वैन वॉज कमिंग थ्रू डोरवे एंड देर वॉज समथिंग रॉन्ग. He slowly opened his hand and there lay a tiny bundle of yellow feathers. He opened his hand and there was uh, Claribel in his hand like it was dead. It was a bundle of feathers. जैसे कि feathers का, पंखों का झुंड हो, ऐसी लग रही थी. With two clenched claws sticking pathetically up into the air. Pathetically, in a very sad way, in a very merciful way. कहते हैं कि एक बहुत ही पिटिएबल तरीके से वो पड़ी हुई थी उसके हाथ में. What happened? We asked, all equally distressed. Distressed, they were very sad. They all were very sad. They asked him what was there, what happened to Claribel. I don't know, said Swan mournfully. Mournfully, in a sad tone. He answered in a sad tone that he did not know. I just found her like this. He found in that way. Let's have a look at her, said Jock Duncan, our cook, doctor, dietitian. So there was a person named Jock Duncan. He was doing three duties. He was their cook, doctor, and dietitian, all the three. So he said that he would take a look of it. We all waited in hushed silence, quiet silence, while he put Claribel against his ear in an attempt to detect any heartbeat, find out. So, Jock Duncan put Claribel against his ear to find out Claribel's heartbeat. Presently, he shook his head. He shook his head. He moved his head in the expression of no. उसने मना कर दिया. Presently, after some time, I can't hear anything, but that doesn't prove she is dead. He said that he could not hear Claribel's heartbeat, but that did not prove that it was dead. I have never listened to a canary's heart, he added rather apologetically. Apologetically, feeling sorry, माफ़ी मांगते हुए उसने कहा that he had never listened to a canary's heartbeat before. उसने कभी कैनरी की हार्टबीट को नहीं सुना था. That's why he could not detect it. Give her a shot of oxygen, suggested someone, pointing to the green banded emergency cylinder in its recess beside the door. Recess is hollow space. कोई एक खाली जगह थी where they put oxygen cylinder marked with green band, green पट्टी से बंधा हुआ वहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर रखा था. So someone suggested that they should Claribel a shot of oxygen. Everyone agreed that this was an excellent idea, so everyone approved his idea, and Claribel was put. Claribel was put snugly, cozily, comfortably into the face mask that was large enough to serve as a complete oxygen tent for her. So, the oxygen mask was big enough for Kennedy that it was like oxygen tent for her. To our delighted surprise, she revived at once. So she revived at once. She got well. वो जल्दी ही ठीक हो गई after getting oxygen. Beaming broadly, smiling happily, Swan removed the mask and she hopped onto his finger. शी वॉज शोइंग दैट शी वॉज वेल। वो उसकी उंगली पे होप करने लगी, जंप करने लगी, दिखा रही थी कि वो ठीक है। She gave her series of come to the cookhouse boys. So she started singing like she was calling people to the cookhouse. उसने गाना शुरू कर दिया जैसे लोगों को कुक हाउस तक बुला रही हो। Then promptly keeled over again. Promptly, quickly, जल्दी ही, keeled, fainted over again. फिर से वो फेंट हो गई। ऑक्सीजन पाने के बाद वो ठीक हो गई थी, लेकिन जैसे ही थोड़ी देर तक वो खुश रही और फिर से वो बेहोश हो गई। I don't get it. Get here is understand. He could not understand it. Lamented. Lamented, he said mournfully. मतलब रोते हुए, उदास मन से कहा उसने. What's wrong with her? She's never done this before. So he said that he could not understand what was her situation because she never behaved like this before. For the last few minutes, something had been tugging at my memory. Tugging, causing to remember something. So something was coming to his mind. My mind seemed to be very sluggish, slow and inactive that morning. So जैसा कि उसने पहले बताया था, when he woke up in the morning, he was feeling sleepy. अभी भी जैसे उसकी नींद ना खुली हो, जबकि 6 बज गए थे सुबह के। तो he is saying that from that morning he was feeling slow and inactive. Sluggish means slow, as if I was still unable to cast off the burden of sleep, as of he was unable to cast off, to get rid of the dizziness of sleep, जैसे कि वो नींद को भगा ही नहीं पा रहा, उसको ऐसा फील हो रहा था। I felt that I could do with some of that oxygen. So he thought that he could get benefited with the oxygen. But before I could reach the mask, understanding exploded in my brain. So something stuck in his brain. कुछ आया उसके दिमाग में. I whirled on. I turned quickly. वो जल्दी से turn हुआ to the duty engineer and said urgently, Jim, there's something wrong with the air. That's why Claribel passed out. Passed out means to faint. Passed out to faint. So he said to the duty engineer, whose name was Jim, that something was wrong with the air. It means something was poisonous in the air. That's why Claribel fainted again. I've just remembered that miners used to carry canaries down to warn them of gas. So, in earlier times, miners, the people who mines, जो खदानों में होते हैं काम करने वाले, माइंस में जो लोग काम करते हैं, they used to carry canaries with them to warn them if there was something poisonous in the air. वो पॉइजनस कुछ भी होता था एयर में, कुछ प्रॉब्लम होती थी, दे गॉट फेंटेड, वो बेहोश हो जाती थी, तो लोगों को पता चलता था कि हवा में कुछ खराबी है। नॉनसेंस, सैड जिम। तो ही डिसअप्रूव्ड हिज आइडिया, उसने कहा नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता है इसमें तो। द अलार्म वुड हैव गॉन ऑफ, गो ऑफ इट मीन्स रिंग, so alarm would have rung. We have got duplicate circuits operating working. So he said that they had duplicate circuits that were working independently. If there was something wrong with the air, so the circuit would warn them. Second alarm circuit isn't connected up yet, his assistant reminded him. So his assistant reminded him that the circuit was not connected up. That shook Jim. So Jim got shocked. He left without a word. He went away without a word, without saying anything. While he was we stood arguing and passing the oxygen bottle around like a pipe of peace. So Jim went to check the circuit, and others were sharing and passing oxygen to each other. वो एक दूसरे को ऑक्सीजन पकड़ा रहे थे, शेयर कर रहे थे। He came back 10 minutes later with a sheepish expression. Sheepish, embarrassed, शर्मिंदा था वो। He came back with an expression of embarrassment. It was one of those accidents that couldn't possibly happen. We had had one of our rare eclipses by Earth's shadow that night. He said that it was one of the accidents that couldn't possibly happen because they got a rare eclipse by Earth's shadow. That night, part of the air purifier had frozen up. They could not get sunlight. वो सनलाइट नहीं मिली उनको ड्यू टू eclipse. That's why the part of air purifier frozen up and the single alarm in the circuit had failed to go off because जो सर्किट था उनका एयर प्योरीफायर था वो फ्रीज हो गया, वो जम गया था क्योंकि उनको सनलाइट नहीं मिली थी। तो कहते हैं कि इसके कारण जो सर्किट है दैट फेल टू रिंग, गो ऑफ रिंग। $500,000 worth of chemical and electronic engineering had let us down completely. Let down, it means to disappoint. $500,000 मतलब very expensive chemicals and electronic engineering disappointed them. Without Claribel, we should soon have been slightly dead. So they were going to die if there was no Claribel. अगर क्लैरिबल वहाँ पे नहीं होती तो वो मरने ही वाले थे धीरे धीरे। So now, if you visit any space station, don't be surprised if you hear an inexplicable snatch of bird song. Inexplicable, it means unexplainable. That cannot be explained. कहते हैं कि जो एक्सप्लेन ना की जा सके ऐसे आपको स्नैच ऐसे सॉन्ग सुनाई दें आपको बर्ड के, there is no need to be alarmed. On the contrary, on the other hand, इसके विपरीत, in fact, it will mean that you are being doubly safeguarded, protected at practically no extra expense. So if you go to some space station and if you hear some bird songs, so don't be surprised because you are doubly protected without any extra expense. अगर आप कभी स्पेस स्टेशन में जाओ, आपको कोई बर्ड सॉन्ग सुनाई दे तो आपको सरप्राइज नहीं होना क्योंकि आपको डबल सेफ गार्ड किया जा रहा है, प्रोटेक्ट किया जा रहा है बिना किसी एक्स्ट्रा खर्चे के। So here we have completed the chapter. This has been written by Arthur C. Clarke. Goodbye. Have a nice day ahead.